say hello to Cinema Roll. If he hasn't made an appearance yet, I'm sure he has. This is what we're working with today. He will be present probably throughout a lot of videos on this channel. I am greeting you from my streaming setup today just because it's a little bit easier, because currently all I have is this and my phone to film. Hopefully the video and the audio turns out okay. Obviously it's going to sound a little bit different than it normally does since I'm actually using my microphone, but I don't have my headphones in, so it's making me nervous because I can't hear myself. But yeah, we're doing a little read-a-thon. I've never done one before. I mean, like, officially, obviously, I think read-a-thons are kind of just how I operate in reading, period. Just in an unofficial standard, you know, I get in a fit of reading and I read like 3 books in a day, and then I don't read for months, and it's one of my least favorite things about myself and my brain. Yeah, it's the end of the year. It is the day after Christmas currently, and I still have a book goal to hit. I don't have that many left. I think I have 13. Also, I know my goal is very minimal, but with how I am with reading, I wanted to keep it realistic. I think I'm at 13 of 15. The 13th book was last week, and it was a short story. So to kind of offset that for my brain, I'm going to read another short story by the same author. Obviously, like, I could just, in like half a day, finish off the last 2 books on my goal and call it a day. But no, I want to see how many books I can read in 24 hours. So my initial plan was to do a legitimate 24-hour read-a-thon, like from 6 a.m. one day to 6 a.m. the next, or however I was gonna do it. But lately I have been not sleeping very well. There's been a lot going on in my life. I have to move. I don't think that's made it into a video yet. I did start filming a video over the weekend, and then it just kind of dropped off. Not even for anything negative. It's actually because I wrote a short story from start to finish in a few days. It just happened, and I'm very excited about it, actually. I was like very obsessed with it, but yeah, so that was a whole thing. Very happy about that. And so with that, it kind of took me out of like finishing that video, and then now that we're here, I'm like, I feel like the video is pointless. It was just like a little mini reset video, but I feel like the moment has passed, and so I'm just gonna let that one be, and we're gonna move on to this, and I think it's gonna be great. But with all that said, I plan on doing the 24-hour straight marathon. I was gonna load up on coffee, energy drinks, snacks, all the works, and I would like to attempt to do that one day when I'm, you know, sleeping a little bit better in general and am not so stressed. But I, you know, started watching some other people's readathons, and I noticed that a lot of people, you know, they'll post a 24-hour readathon and they actually split it up into 2 days, so it's 12 hours and 12 hours. And I was like, you know what, I kind of like that idea. It would be a little bit easier to achieve, and it kind of just, it gives you that time to sleep and to like maybe get a couple of more things done if you need to. But yeah, and then my next plan as of yesterday, like Christmas Eve or maybe yesterday morning, I was like, you know what, I think I'll actually maybe do like 16 hours today, and then I have less time tomorrow, or like vice versa, because I want to squeeze a stream in, which, by the way, I already said streaming setup, but if you don't know, I stream sometimes on Twitch at twitch.tv/StaryAdust. Cute little name there. I do a lot of story-based games. Currently, we're working through the Resident Evil series, trying to prepare for Resident Evil Requiem coming out in 2 months, almost to the day. That's not gonna happen at this point, especially because that's like a couple weeks after I have to be out of this apartment, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, so yeah, as it has it, you'll find out that I always have big plans and they never go how I want them to. So where I messed up is yesterday, I just wasn't feeling the greatest. I kept getting headaches, stomach aches, all the works, and so I ended up taking a nap at around, I don't know what time, but it was of course longer than I wanted it to be, and I think I finally woke up at around 8 something. And like, yes, I needed the sleep for sure, but my body wasn't going to turn around and go back to sleep in just a few more hours. So I was up until 4 a.m. and then couldn't wake up to my alarm this morning. So we're going to do the 12 and 12 hours. So yeah, my first official readathon on video. So what I'm doing is I've given myself a lot of options. Obviously, you can't even see both of my bookshelves. I have a plethora of options to read, so it's like the world is my oyster at this point. But I kind of gathered several options that are like more toward the top of my list to choose from as the days and the hours go on. We're going 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. today. And then tomorrow we'll see. 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Let's go. Let's read. So I put on a less distracting headband, and also I lied. This readathon is going to now be from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. I got distracted. It's fine. It's fine. I got distracted, and then I wanted to start at an even time, so 12. If this girl has sex with him and then tries to run away after he has begged her to stay and she knows how she oh, I'm gonna be upset. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're safe. Thank God. But there's still like a little less than 30% of the book left, which just makes me nervous. I'm like, I feel like we should be approaching the end. What else is going to happen? Characters stress me out. Never mind. Never mind again. Oh, these last few pages have been a roller coaster. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop updating until I get to the end. I finished it. Okay, so that was fun. I kind of felt back and forth on it. Also, I don't know that I'm gonna do like a rating. I mean, I'll rate it on I almost said Goodreads because I just saw it on there. I don't use Goodreads. I'll rate it on Storygraph, but I don't know. I think I really did go back and forth on it quite a bit. You saw a little bit of the roller coaster, assuming that I added to the video, of me like every couple of pages being like, I don't. I think I didn't expect the direction that it went, which it made sense when like they got together happily and there was still quite a bit of the book left. Because I was like, well, where else is it gonna go? And then once it hit, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And I like honestly was a little more invested in the like family drama that came at in the last like section of the book. Like I felt more invested. I was like reading through it a little bit quicker, I think. The only place that it kind of lost me, well, I don't know that I want to do spoilers, but the male main character, he's kind of having this internal dialogue toward the very end, and it just very much, I was like, I understand you've been through some shit, but the verbiage he's using and the like the way he's thinking about the female main character, I'm like, I kept having the thought, this is why I avoid het romances now. I don't know. I just, that genuinely took me out of it. If he hadn't been having those specific thoughts, I think I would be like, oh, I loved it. It was so cute. It was great. It was funny, whatever. But like that little bit, I mean, it's just a few pages. And it's like, it's one of those things, you know, like he's his own person. People think, you know, things that they might not even necessarily mean, or like, you know, things get twisted in their head when they've spent so long being upset. And I do get that. And I don't think it's necessarily like a bad thing overall, but it did take me out of it because I was like, you were so understanding before, and now you're like hardcore, there's some like hardcore blame going on there. I wasn't a fan of that, but overall I thought it was a very cute book. I didn't dislike the book. I just think it's a little middle of the road for me. So we'll see where we go from here. I made a split-second decision to, as soon as I placed my DoorDash order, hop in the shower and wash my hair. And I feel so much better. Also, the timing was perfect because I literally got out of the shower, started getting dressed, and a message lit up on my phone saying, I'm here, from the DoorDash driver, which I said to leave it at the door. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna like rush and finish getting dressed or whatever. Hello. Oh gosh, we've got a friend. We've got a friend. Hi. He likes when my hair is wet and freshly washed. I don't know why. I don't have the answer. Hi, baby. Anyway, and then yeah, as soon as I finished getting dressed, I got the notification and the picture of my food waiting outside my door. So, Robin, Bubby. Hey. Psst. I've got my next book with me, although now that I'm about to eat, I feel like I should start one of the Kindle ones just so it's easier. I might do that. I really want to start this one. But what does that mean for, I mean, which one would I start on the Kindle? I feel like I want to save Heated Rivalry. I don't want that to be done right away, you know? What do I want to do? Oh God, hello. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to get my food out and then I'll decide. Yeah, welcome to unmedicated ADHD, I guess. with the sudden shower and being indecisive, I'm cutting into my own time. I'm only hurting myself doing these things. But here we are. This is real. This is me. Well, maybe not exactly where I'm supposed to be, but you know. Anyway. What a fucking first chapter. Holy. Okay, I was really excited about this book before. Now I'm really excited. Bye. Houston, we have a problem. It's 5:45. I am like falling asleep. It's not, the book is great. Like I mean, I'm not as far in as I would like to be. I think I predicted that I would read 6 books, and I don't see 6 happening anymore. No, the book is great. It's got all of the intrigue and just everything I love so far, at least in good horror / mystery. But that was not forced. That came naturally. I think it's just that exhaustion and lack of sleep lately really messing with me. Obviously, I'm gonna keep pushing through. I can do this. I think I'm gonna make some coffee though. But yeah, so far, so good. Obviously, I'm not very far in at all, but I like it so far. All my lights are motion activated. It's my puppy. Guess what time it is? 12:06 a.m. I read 1.5 books. Did I say I was gonna read 6 books during this 24-hour challenge? I meant like 3, obviously. But also, this is very good. Very, 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 very good. It's like, I don't even know. I'm so bad at like talking about things or like articulating my feelings about things. But it's kind of like everything that I would really want. Like I've really been wanting a good supernatural horror, right? And I honestly didn't even expect this to go that route, but it did. Spoiler alert, I guess. I feel like that was just me not looking too deeply into like the summary and everything to not realize that's where it was going. But it was very good. I mean, like when I tell you, after a certain point, like I laid in the same position on this couch for like at least it's been like 5 hours straight, did not budge. I haven't eaten. Like I needed to finish it. Yeah, I don't know. There's also like, there's one part that's like a genuinely horrifying imagery. Like they did such a good job on some of the imagery in this book. I mean, they did such a good job on the whole book, but like there was one part that I was like reading, and then I would say there are several twists, but there was one specific twist that I literally was like reading, and I'm like, and I probably just sat like that for like 5 minutes. I was like, no way. I think like this book, I didn't spend the whole time speculating and guessing things. And to some people, that might sound like a bad thing. Like it sounds like I wasn't interested, right? But that's not the case. Like for me, I often, when reading like mystery, thriller, horror, whatever, I often distract myself with speculating and trying to guess the plot. But I was so sucked into this that like I was not really speculating. Like there were a couple of minor points where I was like, oh, so like I guessed one thing, but I think it was pretty obvious after a certain point, or I was just like, oh, okay. It was more like a realization, like, oh, so this is what this person did. But I was so sucked in that I wasn't even thinking about speculating. I couldn't speculate. I was just like, we're just gonna keep reading. We're just gonna keep reading. So I had a feeling like this. I had a feeling I was gonna like this one. I'm so glad that I was able to read it. Like, I think this year I've read so many duds for me. And if they weren't just complete duds, it was a lot that I was just kind of on the fence about. Kind of like Just for the Summer before this. Like, I liked it. It was cute, but there were some things that just fully took me out of it that I didn't really care for. And I feel like I've just read a lot of books like that. And so I'm really hoping that some of these, like this one, sort of redeem the year of books for me. So we'll see how I feel about Heated Rivalry. I think that's a good choice to go next. And then we'll see. I imagine I'll be able to get through that one and one more tomorrow, probably. If we're going on the same pattern of what happened today. Oh my God, I need to get up and move around. Weird angle. So despite actually starting earlier today, things might be going a little less smoothly. I feel like I'm probably still going to be going until midnight at this point instead of being able to end at 10 like I thought I was going to. It's fine. I am 24% of the way through Heated Rivalry at this point. I feel like I started off really strong in the first hour, and then it really, like, I'm enjoying it. I am. I think it's funny, and like I feel like I'm moving through it very quickly, but I just keep getting distracted. What I'm like staring right now, I just started thinking about how I have to move, and then I was like, oh, I forgot to add packing tape to my grocery order that I have to pick up later, so that's going to cut into my time too. And I have to, and like, oh, should I get boxes, and should I borrow my mom's little green machine for stain removal, or should I buy my own? And it's been a lot. And then my mom just texted me, and a coffee shop that's opening up is doing free drinks today for the next couple of hours. So I think I'm gonna go try one of those. But I feel like the line's probably gonna be long. I'll bring my Kindle just in case it is. Or I guess I could just use my phone. I don't know. But I'll probably bring my Kindle just in case the wait is long. And then I'm going to come here and then have to turn around and go pick up my groceries, but it's fine. I think it'll be good to like get out a little bit more today, even though I've like put myself on this time crunch. But yeah, I think I just have to settle with the fact that I already knew that I read very slowly, and I don't know why I thought I could read 6 books in 24 hours. Like, I guess in my head I was like, well, one's halfway done, one's partially done, and one's a short story, so I only have to read 3 full-size books around those. I should have known, but still, I have technically already hit my year-long goal of 15 books. I will absolutely finish Heated Rivalry today, and then we'll see where I get after that. I just finished Heated Rivalry, and I will say I liked it a lot more than I expected to. Despite the crazy hype over it, I didn't think I was gonna like it. Or not that I didn't necessarily think that I was going. It was more that I just felt like it wasn't for me. I'm not a big sports person. I don't really like reading smut that much. And so I just was kind of like, on the fence about it. But I think what finally made me decide to read it was watching someone else's read-a-thon, and they read it and like their reaction to it. I was like, oh, well, okay. Like, it was a very, 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 very positive reaction. I was like, okay, maybe I should give it a shot. And I don't think I have that extreme of a positive reaction as that person did. But I enjoyed it so much. It made me laugh out loud so many times. Ilya might be one of my favorite characters that I've read definitely this year, possibly in the last several years. Like, he's going to be a very memorable character for me moving forward. Really enjoyed him and their banter and just kind of like the journey that they were on. I love me a good like slow burn, but they've kind of also been together the whole time, you know. That's like one of my favorite ways of doing slow burn. I liked it a lot. I think I have 3.5 hours left on the timer. So, yikes. So I think my plan was to read People We Meet on Vacation next. I think I'm going to cheat a tiny bit. I say cheat, it's my read-a-thon. I can do whatever I want. But I think I'm going to instead pick up Two Boys Kissing by David Levithan, because I always say his name weird. David Levithan. I don't know if it's Levithan, Levithan, some other pronunciation. That book is shorter, and yeah, I think like I have a bigger chance of finishing that tonight in the short amount of time that I have left, because it's also already like almost 10. Yeah, it's almost 10, and 10 is what it was supposed to end. So I guess I paused the stopwatch quite a bit, because yeah, I started at 10 a.m. this morning, so I should be ending right now. But yeah, so we're gonna try that and see if I can finish that tonight. I'm not tired at all, so that helps. But yeah, and then I mean, like, if it says anything, as much as I was like, yeah, I don't know about blah, 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 I did immediately. I was like, should I just start I think it's like book 6 in the series, but it's the follow-up to Shane and Ilya. I was like, should I just do that? I don't own it, but I'm not gonna do that yet. We'll see. I'm gonna try the David Levithan book. Okay. hate to say it when I only have like an hour and a half of this read-a-thon left. I didn't mean to drop that. I wasn't trying to throw it. I not a fan. That like hurts my feelings just because if you saw whichever of my videos it was in, it's got to be the bookstore video, right? The book haul and bookstore video. I was so excited to pick up a David Levithan book because one of my like all-time favorite queer books is You Know Me Well by him and Nina LaCour. And I've read some of Nina LaCour's solo stuff and I love it. But I hadn't read any of his stuff. And I'm not going to knock, well, I mean, you know, I'm not going to knock this. It's just not for me. I really love the premise of it, like the trying to break a record, like a world record for how long they can kiss or whatever, and their exes, and it's like, ooh, you know. But the way that it's written just keeps taking me out of it, and I don't like it. When it started, I thought it was a prologue. It's talking in like, it's like a, like I don't even know how to describe it, but it's basically like almost being narrated by like older generations of like gay people that are like in a very ghostly way observing these like young queer couples. And it's just that like every page or every other page, the story stops and it cuts into this like deep, like mystical view of like, you know, this is what we went through and, you know, blah, blah. And I don't know. It's like, I want to like, I think I like the two things separately. This happened with another book I read a long time ago. I think it was a Patrick Ness book. And it was like two completely different styles of writing happening at the same time. And I felt like they didn't go together. That is my personal opinion. That's just how like I feel about it. Oh, it makes me so sad. I can't, like, it's not holding my attention. I've got to a point where I was like skimming through it, especially when the like, we see what they're, let me find out an example. We did not have the internet, but we had a network. We did not have websites, but we had sites where we move our web. You could see it most in the cities. Even someone as young as Cooper, as young as Tariq, could find it. Piers and coffee shops, spots in the park, and bookstores where Wilde, Whitman, and Baldwin reigned as bastard kings. These were the safe harbors, even when we feared that being too open meant we were opening ourselves to attack. Our happiness had defiance, and our happiness had fear. Sometimes there was anonymity, and sometimes you were surrounded by friends and friends of friends. Either way, you were connected by your desires, by your defiance, by the simple, complicated fact of who you were. I guess in a way, like, so that kind of section just interjects very often throughout the story that's supposed to be being told. And I guess like it's like a fiction story being interrupted by an essay to me. And it just, I just can't. I'm not a person who DNFs books. I will push through, but I don't know if it's just because I am at the end of a 24-hour read-a-thon, really longer because I messed up both of my days. I can't. I have another shorter book that I bought in the same day on my bookstore tour. Another book that is just a tiny bit longer than this one. I think the chance of finishing it is long past, but I will try to get it started and hope that it goes a little bit better than this one. Oh, I'm sad. Totally switching the vibe to like, I'm pretty sure this is horror. I mean, all of the quotes on the back praising the book are from horror authors. So Oh, this is the thing with the AI situation. Like basically the Echo, Amazon Echo. Let's see, apparently this is a genuinely creepy book. Let's see if it creeps me out. I'm still sad about the David Levithan book. I'm like, I feel guilty. Comfortable. He's just sinking further and further down because there's nothing. There's a gap between the couch and the ottoman. Hey, how you doing? I've got 20 minutes until my stopwatch hits 24 hours. I'm struggling so badly. Book is interesting so far though. I like it, and I checked and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so if I want to switch to my Kindle I can. I might do that tomorrow or whenever I finish reading it. I really have so many things that I need to do tomorrow, so I might not read, but we'll see. The skincare headbands come full circle. We started with cinema roll, we're ending here. So, the 24 hours is up. It is currently 1:43 a.m. on day 2 of the 24-hour read-a-thon. I think it's hilarious. Well, first of all, let me say, fun experience. Happy that I did this. I just think it's hilarious how I had such big dreams. I had such big dreams for this read-a-thon. I was like, I think my mistake was going off of other people's read-a-thons and seeing them flying through books, but then also knowing that I read very slowly, but still somehow thinking, oh, it'll be fine. I predicted 6 books. So I made it through 2.5. I finished Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I finished The Honeys by Ryan LaSala, and then I finished Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed. I started Two Boys Kissing by David Levithan and decided to not continue it, much to my dismay. We're gonna blame the ADHD, and maybe one day I will try again. I own the physical copy of the book, so, you know, we'll see. And so then instead of that, I picked up This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. So I got 60 something pages and I should have paid more attention, but I was in the 60s as far as the pages go of that one. I really like that one so far. I think it's really interesting. I'm really curious to see where it goes. I would have honestly kept reading if I wasn't falling asleep. But yeah, I can only say that I finished 2.5 books in 24 hours. But you know what? That's more than 0. Because I was thinking, oh, I could try and do a read-a-thon like once a month or once a quarter or something like that. But I'm like, I kind of just stressed myself out more than anything. Because I was like, any moment that I spent not reading, I was like, and like today, it's almost 2 a.m. Technically, the read-a-thon should have ended 4 hours ago. Today, I kept getting distracted. I kept having, I left the apartment twice for 2 different things. And just like taking a shower or eating dinner was stressing me out because I'm like, I'm not reading. And what's funny is that I had a plan for that. I had a fail-safe of, okay, I have this audiobook, this short story by Ali Hazelwood, and so I'll listen to that while I do these things,
that I can't like physically sit down for and like read the Kindle or read a physical book. But it was like I couldn't make myself do that either because I was in the middle of other books, and I am not a person who can read 2 books at once. I am not. So, yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. It's a little experiment, but despite the setbacks and having an unfortunate DNF and not reading nearly as much as I thought I was going to, I have hit my measly little yearly goal of, my goal was to read 15 books this year. Last year I read 12, I think. And so I was upping it, you know, like 15, that's 1 book a month, and then you throw in a few extras, it'll be fine. And I think officially I have 16. So, not bad. And if I keep reading This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno, that'll actually be 17. But yeah, so as long as I finish that in the next couple of days, then that will add 1 more to my yearly. And then I'm like, well, what do I set my goal for 2026? I think it should be 20. I think I should up it to 20. It's definitely doable. I just need to figure out a system for me where I will actually read more. If I could get properly medicated for ADHD, that would probably help a little bit. But for now, until we get that sorted out, that'll just have to be something that we figure out later. But yeah, I don't really know how to end this. I don't know that I have anything more to say. This was fun. This was interesting. This was a science experiment for me. But yeah, I assume this is going to be the last video that I post of 2025. And I don't know what video will be next for the first video of 2026. I do have one idea. I don't know that I'm going to do it. I've got to think on it a little bit more. It's gotta simmer or something, whatever word I'm looking for, a little bit more. But yeah, so I assume this is the last video of 2025, unless something just pops up suddenly, something short in the next couple of days. So Happy New Year. We made it through another year. I am proud of you. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of all of us for making it through this year. And here's to hoping that 2026 is worlds better than 2025 was. Bye.